let's start.
Welcome everyone today. Welcome to episode 69 of the Science Thesis podcast.
So
6.9.
consistent. We've
So,
been
6.9.
so
yeah,
consistent. We've been so consistent.
exactly. There was some external circumstances, so we were not able to record for a while. For like,
Such as sparks flying.
yeah, such
Private
as
circumstances which we can't talk about.
exactly
Such as sparks flying.
which sparks were flying.
Okay, coming back to topic.
Okay,
What are we talking about today,
we
Vinayak?
are talking about the Wagner group. The person, what was his name, getting shot down, and then we'll transition into astrophysics.
Yummy.
Let's go. Astro, like just the astro world, not
Astro,
in particular
not
physics.
physics. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, his name was Prigozhin, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
So what happened was he was
I still
leading.
don't understand. Like, what's the huge deal about it?
What he did was he basically led a coup against the Kremlin, and then while
Mm-hmm.
the Kremlin was actually scared, like Putin was actually scared of him taking over. So what
Mm-hmm.
happened was at that
Mm-hmm.
point he just gave up and said, and then accepted Putin's demand and went into exile.
And then,
And then he went into
and
exile.
then
He
he
stayed there
got
for a while.
shot in exile.
Yeah, no. Then he was flying over Russia and his plane got shot by accident.
How can it be short
Was
by
he
accident?
alone in the plane or was it like citizens
No,
as
like
well?
No,
it was a private jet, I think, with 8 to 10 people, and his second in command also died along with him.
yeah.
Bro,
Of course,
See,
it's an
we'll
accident by
I
the
don't
Russian government.
understand Russia, bro. I honestly don't understand half the thing Russia does. Sometimes it just goes and invades a random country just because the country decided to become a part of the European Union and then it shoots down planes on its airspace.
They did not want uh, the country to join NATO, but they did not want NATO to
I
have a
know.
border around their country. So
I know. I understand all of that.
I don't get the
But
point of the
then,
Wagner group. Like, I don't even get what it is actually.
what is it? Let me search.
exactly.
Uh,
It's like a security group,
It's
no?
like a
Something related.
state-funded private army, something like that.
If it's state funded, then
Hmm.
why
yeah,
did they have to kill him? They could have just
it's a
fucking stopped the
state-funded private
funds.
military group.
They could have just stopped the funds.
So there
No,
was. Do we know why they were revolting? Oh, Vinayak's mom has come.
Hi, auntie.
Hello, Auntie Parivana.
please, please cut this out.
No.
We'll put this with character Dhila in the background.
Hmm. So do we know why the Wagner group revolted?
I have no clue.
Vinayak?
And Alex lost. Let's just wait for him to come back.
Oh, he's not there. What's up?
I
Yeah,
am back, back again.
Hello.
you are back. Welcome back.
Shady's back. Tell a friend.
How sad. So, do we know why the Wagner group rebelled? Like, what was the reason?
I'm just searching it right now.
I think Vinayak knows.
Vinayak
What
is.
great research. So proud of you. Keep it up.
You both are also supposed to research. They uh, what do you call it?
I think we'll cut this part out.
Yeah,
Why did the
obviously.
Wagner group revolt? Let's just search that. How nice.
Like, some
Uh,
people say it was the largest threat ever to Putin's
yeah.
presidency till now. I think
All
two.
I know is that I think, like, what I can interpret from the situation is that Putin was really scared of him. So he must have pulled some shit which citizens or people don't know about, and that is why they revolted. I'm just guessing.
See, aircraft accidents are non-existent today. Like, they don't happen.
Exactly.
It was
Especially
obvious. Like, it's
when a plane is shot down by a missile.
yeah, it's not. It doesn't happen. So we know.
Exactly.
why it happened, and the US investigations also revealed it was shot down by Russia.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they would say that, but it makes sense.
exactly. Why
And
did he?
I think like Russia, it just wants to be claimed as a power. Like it will do anything to cut off all sorts of threats to it, whether it be to the president, whether it be to the country, whether it be anything, and they'll not think of the opportunity cost.
Yeah, they won't, because that's what dictators do, and that's why dictators
Exactly.
are more efficient than democracies. Dictatorships are more efficient than democracies.
That's just stupid,
So here,
honestly. That's just stupid.
thoughts.
I love that there's a rising right-wing narrative in the media today.
Okay, here's the
Makes
thing.
me very, it makes me very happy.
Wait, here's the thing. Democracy is overall better, but dictatorships are more efficient because they just don't have any opposition at all.
Vinayak, you are,
I think I think the competition makes the politicians do better, like perform their best.
I think
Yeah,
you're being
all of the
you're being
politicians in India
ungrateful for the
perform
amount
their
of
best,
freedom you
right?
have. You're being ungrateful for the amount of freedom you have right now.
I know I have a lot of freedom, but
So
I said democracies are overall better. I had said this also.
no, like dictatorships lead to events like the Holocaust.
Not always.
And
No,
Napoleon was
why,
a good
Vinayak, why
dictator.
are they better? Why are they
Napoleon
better?
was a very good dictator. He was
Why?
able to he was able to fight off Europe 5 times, and all he did
yeah.
was take away women's rights. That's all he did, in the grand scheme of things. And he fought off Europe 5 times.
So he took away women's rights, and that's why you like him. Is that what we can?
When did I say this? When did I said he was a very efficient dictator. He did not kill anyone, and at that time there
Okay,
was
wait.
not a
Now that
lot of
we're at this
feminism anyway. So
now that we're at this like at this topic, what government does the Taliban come under? Because it's ruling Afghanistan at this point.
I don't think it
You
comes
know, I
under
was just
US.
looking, like, I just had a random thought. Okay, what's up with Afghanistan? It has vanished from the news. There's been nothing talked about. So I just searched up. So they're slowly taking away women's rights to study, to
Yeah,
That's
doing that.
bro,
They are
girls,
scared
they
actually,
marked their
Taliban.
second year and they marked their second year anniversary of ruling Afghanistan recently, and to celebrate that, they banned education for girls post kindergarten.
Why can't US just take
It
over
just seems like
Afghanistan again?
it just seems like yesterday, like people were falling off planes and trying to run away. It doesn't seem like it has been 2 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm. It's the Islamic Republic.
It's heartbreaking. It's
Hmm.
honestly heartbreaking, especially because you, first of all, a girl is not allowed to go more than 7,000 meters or 7 kilometers without a male guardian.
Hmm.
Eh?
Exactly.
The Taliban is actually very
So you
scared.
basically
Of
scared
whom?
of what?
Scared
Why would
of
they?
women. That is why they're taking away their rights.
Even I'm
That they
scared
are
of
dumb.
women who take away women's rights.
You're just proving that women are superior to you. You're
No
literally
one is
just
superior to
proving
anyone.
that.
Everyone is
No,
equal.
women are definitely superior.
I think it's a very saturated topic that we've talked about many times.
We have
Yeah,
talked about it once.
exactly.
So let's come back to the topic.
Let's come back to astronomy.
Okay.
No, I think another thing I wanted to link with Russia was China.
Hmm.
So did you hear about the new map of China?
What?
I
What
have
It's
no
of?
idea.
it's included parts of Arunachal Pradesh and Leh Ladakh.
Eh?
First it was only Leh Ladakh. Now they've taken parts of Arunachal and claimed it to be theirs as well.
Arunachal. What?
Arunachal Pradesh.
The.
No, but India and China have
So
relations are improving
They
as
are
far.
improving, but they're
how
not
are
good.
they improving like this?
So all the
I mean,
BRICS and all
if
that.
Russia, if Russia is cutting all threats to remain the state to get the status of the power. China is doing the same. If India is threatening to them, they are just making these not false accusations, but false claims on lands,
Yeah, China
just
needs
for
to be.
military frontal.
Someone needs to
No,
do something
China,
about China.
no, China is in a very bad economic condition as of this
Obviously,
moment.
because I mean, even if we don't believe, even if it's not a wider known fact,
Hmm.
China did spread the coronavirus. It's the reason all the economy suffered and all people suffered.
No, their economy can face a crisis. Like the biggest property builder in their nation went bankrupt. They defaulted on the 18th of August.
I love to see China fail because they are such a
I just
shit
know that
country.
in the coming, true, like in the coming few years, it's just going to be India. Like literally, even in space, even like now the airlines is taken over by Tata. It's expected to come in at least the top 15 by next year,
Yeah. Okay.
education wise.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think
some
the
people
only
say,
problem, the only issue with the nation was population, but I think now we're using it as a strength and expanding it into all realms.
Here's the
see
thing.
this narrative comes every few years that the West is falling and Asians are rising. But then a crisis happens
Yeah.
Exactly.
but still the US is very resilient. It has the most resilient economy in the
The
entire
US
world.
economy is very nice right now. As you can see, the housing prices over there are just amazing. People
How
are,
much? Hmm?
I don't know, but they are a lot.
No,
They
they're
have risen
getting
a
better.
lot. They are not
Inflation is
getting
going
better.
inflation is going down.
Yeah.
They're raising interest rates. No, they'll it
So
happens.
they were just waiting for you to visit. As soon as you came
Yeah.
back, the inflation decreased. They know no rich people are going to come now, so we'll decrease
Yeah.
prices.
No, the dollar is going to get even higher,
Yeah.
But
probably.
I think, but I think most countries are planning to not use the dollar as a universal trade currency.
Yeah. You know,
And
there's
like
this.
in France, Indian UPI has started in France.
Yeah.
Like the first transaction was right below the Eiffel Tower. I'm not kidding.
Oh, nice. You know, the BRICS nations are developing a new digital currency.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk
what do
about.
you want? Like a independent currency.
US is
Yeah.
also developing one. Even India is going. Even India has one.
What?
They have the
Which
digital
one?
rupee, but it's not really tested. It's like they are testing it right now.
But India's inflation
Got
numbers
it.
are pathetic. They were one of the worst in the entire world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had inflation at 8%. Like, it's supposed to be around 3 to 4%.
I think inflation is one topic that's very universal at the point. Even though it's decreasing in the West, it is very universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was India, it was probably because of the tomato prices.
Tomato prices are they are back to 20 kg, 20 rupees per kg.
They were
So
at 2 rupees like 2 months back, and people were throwing the produce on the road, and now they were at 200 a kg at one point. And now they're back to
they were
20.
at 320.
The fuck.
Oh,
In the South, they were at 320.
Guys, let's just sell tomatoes.
I think
Just
because of the high inflation, they've
Exactly.
banned export of basmati rice also. India's banned export of basmati rice, unlimited,
Why?
because of the high inflation numbers. So they want that domestic people don't pay that high for the price, so they banned export, which is
Mm.
why prices have shot up in the US and people have been hoarding rice.
Oh.
Hmm. I love when we talk economics. Favorite topic.
I don't. I don't.
Yeah, it's the easiest to understand.
It is
Like I'm
easy.
not a commerce student, but I still understand, you know.
I am also able to understand, but again, what can I comment on it?
Yeah.
We can get to your astrophysics if you want now.
Okay, let's do that. I'm not going to talk
Sure,
rubbish
let's do that.
astrophysics, but here's the
I am
thing.
going to zone out.
Let's say that we start colonizing other planets and we leave Earth in
Okay,
the
let's
near
okay,
future.
let's start this with the Goldilocks zone. Let's start with how this sphere of knowledge comes in place, extraterrestrial life. Okay, it begins with the Goldilocks zone,
Hmm.
which is basically planets or celestial bodies in a region where the wavelength of light from the sun is almost equivalent to the Earth's distance,
Hmm.
so that life is habitable there. Because if
Okay.
we have sun, we have light,
Yeah.
and you know how they're trying to find water on different celestial
Yeah.
bodies, and moon, it's claimed to be on the south pole.
It is
Once that
claimed.
is there, oxygen and everything comes gradually. So I think that is where it begins with. And
That's
if we even if it expands so much, I'm pretty sure it will take more than like almost a century to get there.
not even.
But
It's going to take definitely more than a century.
that's what I'm saying. But when we get there, it's going to be like we travel from a country to another country. That's how traveling from a planet is going to be to another
Yeah,
planet.
but here's the
You
thing.
know how Narendra Modi said in his speech, it was so stupid, okay, but I'm so fond of this line. चंदा मामा दूर के अब एक टूर के.
Here's the thing. Let's say that we start colonizing
Okay.
other planets in the next 2 to 3 centuries. Far off.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen to Earth? Because we have not solved any problems on Earth. What will happen here? We'll just create the
It will
same
be one of
problems
the
on
poor
other planets.
African countries. It will just be one of the poor African countries left to die
Can
and
I add
fend for
something funny?
itself.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you see that comment by the Rajasthan sports minister?
No.
क्या था?
I might be paraphrasing here, but he said that very congratulations to our scientist. जब वो वापस आएंगे मिशन से उनको खूब हम वेलकम करेंगे.
Bro, he does know that India has never sent, ISRO has never sent a human to space.
हाँ, it was an unmanned mission, but it was so funny.
Bro, apparently ISRO is planning to send humans to the space.
They should.
Like it's called Gaganyaan, and it's apparently going to happen before 2024. And
Hmm.
before that, on September 9th, they are sending Aditya 1 to the sun.
Hmm.
Pretty
But
funny.
because the mission was so, I read somewhere, because the mission was so cheap, they used some gravitational thing to propel towards the moon.
They should because
Like,
it's smart
Yeah, of
technology.
course.
it's smart.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's smart. Because like,
And you know,
can I just say
ISRO
1 second?
used, yeah, sure.
What we should do is we should from next time we should build satellites in space. Okay, here's the thing. Let me explain. We should build satellites in space only because then we don't have to overcome the gravitational potential energy of the Earth's core. And then from there we can launch it into the geostationary orbit if it makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense or not. And here's the thing.
How
What
can
we can
you?
do is I don't know why it has not been
Let him
thought
cook.
of.
Let him cook.
We can just put solar panels on the side of a space station.
Yeah.
If
PlayStation.
that already exists, then I don't know, but we can put solar panels on the side of space station, and it can just generate energy because we already have the suns over there, so we can just capitalize on it.
See, we can't use electricity to propel.
No, I'm just saying for like
I,
the space
you
station,
know,
if the people inhabits there.
I think they are not, I think this is not very, um, logical because there's no gravity in space, right? So if you try making a spaceship, all the objects will just fly away. You can't make them stick together.
But that's a challenge we have to work to fix.
Okay, so you want an artificial gravity stimulator now just to make aircrafts in space.
It will save a lot of money. It will save a lot of energy. One time investment will go so far.
True though.
Yeah.
But also, I was gonna add something. Yeah, ISRO's Chandrayaan 3 mission was less expensive than Adipurush, the movie.
Yeah, we saw how Adi Purush turned out.
It was
Which movie is
bad. Like,
Adipur?
they literally, it's bad, don't see it.
I will.
And there was literally this meme that if ISRO had NASA's budget, where would it be now?
Hmm.
Where would it
See,
be?
NASA's
Think
budget
about it.
relatively it's very small
Yeah.
compared to the US budget.
They get
Really very small.
Sohail, Sohail, wait, let me expand on this. NASA spent almost around $3 billion that in around in the 19s, in the 20th century, to send a man to the moon. India has spent almost like lesser than one fourth of it to send a satellite on the south pole of the moon.
yeah.
See, there are two things there. Like at that time, the incentives were more political than curious. Like the Cold War was going on at
Okay,
that point.
see, yeah, I understand all of that, even if they were more curious and stuff. Even now, the one they just launched a Crew 7 mission where this to the International Space Station. That also costed more than Chandrayaan 3 alone. That wasn't any historical thing. That was just sending humans to space, which they've accomplished over a dozen times.
Hmm.
Indian scientists are
If they're
brilliant.
using exactly, that's why don't go to Pakistan's Information Technology University, go to IIT.
Mhm.
I'm not applying to IIT.
I don't know if it's
You can't unless you prepare for JEE,
Yeah,
it's all
exactly.
rank based.
yeah, Vinayak, you might
It's
be
for
too
the
late.
smarter people. I'm just dumb.
There's the Chinese equivalent of IIT.
Yeah.
They have like
It's
the
even
worst.
harder.
It's like the one of the worst exams ever. Like I was just
Yeah.
not going through the exam. I was just reading how it goes. It takes over 2 days. Like you sit for a very long time, for 10 to 18 hours at a time, and do the exam.
Yeah.
That's inhuman almost.
Yeah.
That's criminal.
Even the JE is like 6 hours,
Exactly.
which is nothing compared to that exam.
Like I've
That's
been
not
sitting
even
here
one
for
third
20
of
minutes
it.
and my stuff is already hurting already.
So you just don't have mass. I'm sorry, you just don't have mass.
Where?
Yeah. Or in general.
God bless. What were we
God bless
talking
him.
about? Why doesn't a company like SpaceX exist in India, like an Indian SpaceX? Is it
Uh,
some government regulation or like money? Or
I think
I think
space
money.
exploration comes after you have solved some other problems, which the
still,
US
yeah.
has.
Yeah.
We haven't.
But still,
Yeah,
ISRO
I
exists.
was reading about this. No, I was reading about this, and like I said, if ISRO was similar to the NASA back in the time, the point was that India was in the sphere of poverty at the point, like bad poverty and economical crisis, that if it gave money to space missions,
Hmm.
they would have probably failed because of lack of manpower, like the Pakistani space um, organization failed because people were hungry, people were jobless, people were uneducated. Like the literacy rate was less than 10%. So if the government spent money on space instead of these basic economic problems, they would have been literally killed by people. That we're
Have
damn
you heard
hungry
of
here and
the
you're sending people to space.
Have you heard of the Indian physicist killing conspiracy theory?
What?
No.
It's very interesting. So, like, it started with Homi, Homi Baba, right? Father of the Indian space thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, right, he was traveling in a plane,
Yeah.
and that plane was shot down. And now, 40 years later, a CIA agent
Hmm.
wrote in his memoir that the CIA colluded to get the plane shot down. And then, with his student Vikram Sarabhai, you might have heard of him
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
also suspiciously found dead with no past health issues. And since then, there have been like 8 to 10 killings of leading Indian physicists
CI is American, no?
Yeah.
that have been flagged. They were flagged by.
No, this another thing happened. Okay, continue, then I'll tell you.
So this was officially addressed by some Indian agency that this needs to be investigated. Like it is now being officially investigated.
The CI is very
I will
funny.
explain this. There's another incident like this. There's
Hmm.
another incident like this. So back in the day, India was planning their first mission to the moon. I think this is about when I think Vajpayee was leading, late
Vajpayee.
20th century, 1980s, Vajpayee.
Mm.
So India needed some. I've forgotten the name of the engines, but they were some high power engines and they were from the um name M. I know the name started from M, okay?
Right.
And building it from scratch would have costed them a lot more, so they decided to import them from Russia.
Mm.
Everything was done, the deal was signed, and suddenly the US raises that Russia is going against its policy of selling these engines to Eastern countries. So in the last minute, Russia had to cancel. All
Mm.
right, fine. It took us 5 years, I think 5 to 10 years, and India built the engine on their own. They were all set. But the leader of the mission, the US portrayed him to be anti national and accused him of spreading ISRO secrets to NASA. Falsely accused him of doing this. The project got halted. Nothing could happen about it. Obviously, because the leader of it is accused of such a major problem. And after that, it's still at halt, even though the leader has been now, like, I think he got justed about only 5 years ago. So the
Vinayak, you want to
US
be a
has been
physicist, right?
working with India
I
a
want to.
lot.
Vinayak wants to be a physicist, so all the best.
No, no, actually, I
Stay
want to
away from
be.
America.
I want to be
Don't
a
be too good.
physicist and I want to make money.
Don't be too good, is what I'm saying.
I will be. Okay. I will be very good. And then I'll be targeted by the CIA. But they won't be able to do anything because nobody can. I don't have any backdoors on my systems because I don't use crappy Windows and Mac OS. I am
Oh,
very
it's the
fancy.
CIA, okay. It's the damn
I dare
CIA.
the CIA.
Don't you think? Don't you
I
think they
dare.
can crack through your shitty Linux?
They cannot. There is no backdoors. The code is open source. It's out there. Everyone reviews it.
Sure, Vinayak, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Exactly. Like, I don't get the point of a fucking Linux laptop. Just
I don't want to
buy
get into it. Please, I don't
Windows
want to
ka
get into
first
Wait,
it.
here's the
move.
thing. Here's the thing. I
No.
can open my browser
Okay,
from one key
okay.
window.
Can we
I
mute
can
him or
open
is
with
he the host?
Windows.
Can we
I
mute him
have
or is he
Siemens.
the
I
host?
can do whatever it is. See, my entire.
You know what?
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
I can
Take this
control my
back.
entire system from the
I can't
computer.
hear you.
You're talking about such interesting stuff. Why did you have to bring this up?
Exactly.
Yeah. So coming back, what are you talking about?
Space.
You know what we can do actually?
Oh, one thing.
Yeah.
I I heard, I heard, I mean I read on Twitter that there was some sulfate found on Mars by Chandrayaan 3, and sulfate can't exist without burning.
चंद्रयान 3 नहीं होता. मंगलयान था मार्स पे.
अरे मून की बात कर रहा हूँ.
तुमने अभी मार्स बोला है.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. I'm an economics student, please.
Commerce student doesn't know planets, bro.
Sulfur.
And then they
Whatever.
say it's so difficult. Commerce is so
Shut
difficult.
up and listen,
You
listen,
don't get it.
listen. So there was sulfur found, and sulfur can't exist without burning or melting of something, and
Hmm.
something can't burn without oxygen. So it might explain the presence of oxygen.
And also
Hmm.
another thing, like this is not about this is about one of the theories of how life originated on Earth.
Hmm.
It is said that a meteorite, a me, how's it pronounced?
Yeah.
A
Meteorite.
meteorite hit Earth, which was apparently from Saturn, and it had the same isotopes of hydrogen that are found in water. That is
Hmm.
how, when it interacted with the Earth's atmosphere, that water formed and oxygen came, and that's when the life process started. Because it started in water through amoeba, right? That's the first unicellular organism that comes into place. That's one of the theories of life.
Hmm. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was an unicellular organism? I forgot.
An organism with only one cell.
Oh, I see. Like Suhail.
It's like microbiology.
Shut up.
No, that's just dumb, honestly. You're the science student. I didn't
I
expect this
don't
out of
do. I hate
you.
That was,
biology.
Okay, sure. No, sure. He has one brain cell, but he can't be unicellular.
please, I'm the smartest out of all of you here.
Oh,
Please.
please
You
shut the
wish.
fuck up.
You wish.
Oh,
100%.
please,
You
100%.
wish.
please.
100%.
Smartness is objective, and you are objectively studying the worst subjects out of all of us.
No.
You are studying
Sorry.
the easiest subjects out of all of us.
Exactly.
Easiness is also subjective, Mr. Vinayak Arora.
Easiness is not subjective on the scale.
It is
It,
subjective.
it is not bro, physics is harder than economics. Chemistry is harder than
You know,
psychology and
surprisingly, physics was my no, psychology is IB psychology is equivalent to
Bro, high
IB
school
physics. It's
economics is
considered one of the most
IIM's
difficult.
cake, but when you get into mathematical modeling in economics, it gets hard, okay?
of course.
Please.
But physics is more comparable to
Have you tried
economics than
scientific modeling of math? Wait. Have you tried scientific modeling of math?
I ain't got
Try
time
that, then speak.
for that. I ain't got time for that shit.
we'll do that in college, I guess. Or like
College.
Yeah.
yeah, but opposite, I guess. Mathematic
For
modeling
you
of
guys, that's
physics.
next year. Your last school summer break is gone. You're never gonna have a school summer break again.
That is sad, but also quite fine, I guess, because college has its
Oldies,
own
oldies,
experience.
oldies. Oh my God, oldies.
I don't want to get into this
Why,
topic.
what? Wait, Vinayak, do you want to enter college with one song playing in your background?
What?
When I at least have Instagram when you go to
No,
college.
no, no, no.
Then how can you play?